You are a square cardboard box with 3 donuts inside. Chocolate custard, chocolate sprinkles, and of course, chocolate caramel. Welcoming you for another yummy update. This is a price chart of gold here. Check it out, friends. Gold, 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 gold. Everyone's talking about, I want gold, you want gold. Yes, gold only goes up, or does it? Hopefully, gold's parabola has slowed down here so we can start the next risk-on crypto rotation, which is what's happened in the past. This is the last time. So gold right now, friends, gold is at a very historically super, super, super mega expensive period. Could keep going, but it's done 9 green weeks in a row. 9 green weeks of up, okay? It's only done that 4 times in history. The last time it happened was in August 2020. It did 9 green weeks in a row, and then it dropped 10%. And it literally went sideways for literally a couple of years after that point. However, there's another rally that happens after this point, which moves up, I think, along the crypto bear market around there. Okay, so I'm just showing you gold around that point. So Bitcoin was around $10,000 here, and then Bitcoin went on to $60,000 as gold slowed down. You just need gold to go slow down and start going sideways. Okay, so at its peak, gold starts to roll over. Right, it did crash 10%. That 10% move was the confirmation that gold had stopped. And that allowed Bitcoin to start running up for 9 months. And it gave us a true bull market phase. Let's crank it. The true bull market phase, huh? Many people are calling for a bear market, though. James Wynn, Ivan, Taiki Maeda, Chris Berniski, Blockchain Backup, Peter Schiff. Crypto KOLs. Oh my God, we got George, Cryptos Are Us, George. Everyone's calling for the bear market. We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't have a call. I'm staying long though, because I'm not thinking about, oh, it's a bear market or bull market tomorrow. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just on the balance of probabilities. I like that there are only strong hands in altcoins. I like that. There are only strong hands left. All right. When gold stalls out, we can see crypto move up again. Patience and believe in something. Thank you to my friend, Mr. Playboy Penguin. You know they are repricing gold to help the US debt. So that is another interesting thing, just so you know, friends. If gold hits $16,000 an ounce, it will help the US pay off its debt. But we don't know, exactly how long it's going to take or anything out here in the future. This is the actual chart we're referring to as well. When gold topped, that's the Bitcoin price chart on top. See, friends, gold stopped here in August 2020 and it started going sideways. You didn't know it stopped there, right? But it started going sideways and then Bitcoin started moving up, okay? So it's nice though. After a big gold rally, that's what happens. Something to think about as well, friends. Gold bugs are posting memes like this. And you got to remember, they're a lot of gold bugs, they're older. They're boomers, right? So you want to know why? Because they remember like the 40 years ago when gold actually had parabolic moonshots. It's kind of like XRP guys. They remember when XRP did a 650x in 2017. Those XRP guys, they're going to be there for another 5 years. They're always going to be dreaming of that 1 year when XRP did a 650x, and just started moving up. It actually, having big pumps, it keeps people there forever. Also like the Hexicans. Okay, everybody who saw Hex do the 10,000x, from that moment, it literally leaves a lifetime mark on you. It does. Also, it makes me wonder, right? Man, if PDI's prophecy fulfills, yeah, well, that's another. There you go. There's another 15 years where you're going to be thinking about. I mean, look, friends, think about it though. Technically, I'm only saying 15 years because it sounds like a long time. Gold's moonshot run when it did an 18x or something. There's people 40 years later, they still remember it. It literally made them gold bugs for life. For life. So, makes you wonder, PulseChain Hex and all these big pumps. I mean, look at Bitcoin, for example, right? They're still in it. Bitcoin barely moves. They're still in it. They're still waiting for that Bitcoin God candle to do $1 million price pump. Look at the memes they're posting. They're saying, few understand this. Look at this. His name is Nostra, House of Gold. Gold's at the front. You have silver. Then you have Bitcoin, the clown show. Then platinum and palladium, they're making a joke Bitcoin's the joke, the non-serious one, few understand this because you can't use it for industrial stuff. So what they're implying is when the end of the world scenario happens, countries stop trading with each other and they just have to use their metals. so that they own silver and gold. They're all the industrial metals. That they're like, then when they think, oh, these things are worth a lot because all the relationships break down across the world. That's what they're pretty much betting on. Just a Pulse guy, the liquidity rotation will be insane. This is really cool, sir. Nice memes. Here we have Mr. J Plush. It's kind of nice seeing them have their fun. They've certainly waited their turn. Even Uncle Bobby, who loves his metals, is closing his futures that he's kept rolling for 18 months. He's still holding 25% of his normal portfolio in metals to play the rest of the decade, though. Wow. Here we have Mr. Shimshoni. Man, it's just the amount of talent we have from the fart community on PulseChain. It blows my mind. It's one of the best kept gems of crypto. Fantastic. Thank you, Mr. J Plush. That's interesting. So Uncle Bobby sold 75% of his position. Dude, do you understand, friends? Like, you know, like when you're old, when you're a boomer, you don't get rid of stuff. It's like, you know, that no one wants to sell their home until they like usually pass away. So for him to actually get rid of 75%, that is a colossal exit. He's like, yeah, the retailers are finally here. He waited his turn. Some bullish news here for you because you're my friend. We have John Bollinger, friends, the creator of Bollinger Bands Indicator, makes a crypto call just one time per 1 or 2 years. He's got a 100% win rate because he's extremely infrequent. He has just called for Ethereum and Solana to rise based off their W shape. Last time he did this in 2022, Ethereum went from 1,300 to 4,000. So John Bollinger, he's a really nice, he's a really cool dude. He's really good. He's a Chad. He's a good uncle, grandpa. He's awesome. Yeah, does very infrequent calls, and the last time he did it, this was the arrow. So it's really cool, man. It is nice. We got Johnny on our side. That's what we want to see. Awesome. More news of the day updates. So Tim Draper, friends. So Tim Draper, you know, the boys call him Tim D Raper. Best eyebrows in crypto billionaire, OG, highly respected. Very exceptional. He's a long-term investor, pioneer, visionary. He can see stuff long-term. He's got some like stuff under his belt. I forgot what he invested in early. You know, maybe he's invested in like a Facebook early and stuff. He bought Bitcoin. This is how much, I can't believe how much of a Chad he is. When Bitcoin, remember when Silk Road, remember what were you doing? You're buying like Play-Doh on the internet with your Silk Road Bitcoin. The money got seized. And I think they were auctioning it off. I think it was that, yeah. It was they auctioning the Silk Road Bitcoin off. And there was a block for sale of like, I think 44,000 Bitcoin. Okay, I can actually find it. How much Bitcoin did Tim Draper buy? It was $30,000. Okay, $30,000 around there. So I'm just, yeah, around 30,000. So here's the thing though. It was trading at, I think like 480 at the time on the market, and he paid 600 for it because he said, I believed in it that much. Like that is, look, I believe in stuff, but man, that's another level of belief. He didn't even bother going and buying it off the market. He just like, yeah, we'll just take it for 600. Man, it's crazy. I don't know if he held all of it. He's still got a lot of it. Obviously, he's worth 3 billion now. That's with his fund as well. If you do like 30,000 BTC, how much is that worth today? You know, around 3 billion. Wow. And his net worth's around 3 billion. Could be it. And so what he's done is, friends, so Tim Draper, what he's done is he said he's now streaming on PumpFun, which has shocked everybody. Tim Draper TV is now live streaming on PumpFun. We're always looking to explore new frontiers, and that includes experimenting with emerging crypto platforms that brings creators and crypto communities together. So I guess that's pretty big for what they're trying to do is, I guess they want him to stream, and he launched a token. And it's funny, when that happened, PumpFun itself went up 10%. Okay, so you can actually see here, PumpFun. This is interesting for PulseChain community friends. PumpFun have wasted now $150 million of buybacks, and it's just come back down to the price. It's still below ICO. Can you believe that? You spent $150 million and you're still below ICO price. You see, friends, that's why buybacks are not a silver bullet. You can't just do buybacks and everyone wins. That's why Richard Hart knows this. He's not going to just do this silly, low IQ, mid-curve IQ move. Low IQ is not that. He's not going to just like rotate so all these people who pretend to be believers, they just dump and leave. He's not that stupid. He's going to do something else. I don't know what it's going to be. And you know what, friends? Don't even tell me. I don't want to know. Yeah, I don't even want to know. Okay, I don't have hints. I got no idea. I like it that way. I don't even want to know. I'm even telling you, friends. I'm here to serve you, the people. It's best none of us know. It's kind of like you don't want to know when you die, so you live every moment like it's your last. Yeah, same thing. All right, so this is PumpFun out here. So it actually did, it had a 10% move up. Interesting on the move. So I guess they're exploring, you know, the new creator economy. He likes thinking about the future and everything, you know. So it makes sense, right? Here we have, friends. This is a video from me. Half my family supports Kamala Harris. I'm just remembering this time when we were so hopeful last year. Share who said they have a great deal or a fair amount of trust in the mass media. So basically, so that number, friends, it's gone from 90% down to 30% trust. This chart is at 31%. So 31% of people trust mass media. It used to be 55% in 2000. And I've written here, I am shocked that there are still 31% of the population who are complete retardios. Also, shout out to Aaron again. Also, Mr. Palsorian. Look at this. Half of my family supports Kamala Harris, but I can't explain to them why they're wrong without causing a lot of problems for myself. Remember this time a year ago? We were so hopeful. Aaron, remember, friends, it was just a different time. We were optimistic, and we've all got the year of the snake. We literally copped the snake. But next year's year of the horsey. Okay, year of the horsey. Look, man, like I say, friends, my favorite species of horse is a unicorn. I don't know if I want to be bearish in year of the horse. I don't know if I can't, man. Everyone's too strong. They purged the leverage. They've done the scamming, the up, down, left, right, 4-year bear market. Look, they've made the longest bear market ever. All the crypto KOLs are calling for a bear market. It's only strong hands left. Like, you know, it is what it is. Also, I made this video here. Give it to me straight. Is the crypto cycle over? All right. I had this video out here. Let's have a quick listen.
With Atom, it just literally wicked to zero for a millisecond, but it liquidated pretty much everyone. There were people that I was in contact with after Mando that was on, I think it was like 1.3 leverage.
So this gentle, so thank you to Ijaz, right? Ijaz. It's funny, it means glass. So Mr. Ijaz and Mando, otherwise, you know, I like mangoes personally. They had this nice conversation speaking about AI and crypto. So Ijaz here, his friend had 1.3x leverage and the exchange still did him dirty and liquidated him. 1.3x leverage, dude. That is shocking. Shocking, and they still went for him. Everyone's gone, man. All the weekends are gone. All the weekends are gone, you know. But look, devil's advocate. Okay, let's play the other side. What would the crypto KOLs who are bearish say? They'd say, look, man, it doesn't matter if crypto purged because the stock market's weak and it's expensive, and they say stock market's going to go down and drag us down anyway. So it doesn't matter what your strong hands are like. I'm just going to gently get a peg here and peg my own nipple here while I tell you this. Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, one of his greatest wisdoms, he says, I never, ever try to predict what the economy is going to do next year or what the Fed's going to do in their next move. He says, if you keep trying to do that, you'll be very surprised how wrong you are. Okay? I'm going to stick to that. So I could go and make these mistakes for 20 years and then finally become Warren Buffett, or I'm just going to take his wisdom now. I'm going, you know what, man? It looks like it's going to be bad next year, but guess what? In 2022, everyone thought it looked like it was going to be bad in 2023. Didn't happen. Okay, so I don't know. It could happen, man. It could. Doesn't mean it won't. It's like it could happen. But I don't want to just say, oh, next year's going to be bad, I'm out. You know? I'm not gonna play that. This is an old piece of wisdom from Degen Spartan. Your biggest risk is being underallocated to the industry you log into every single damn day to talk about, since you know it's going to go up again eventually, but not having enough coins because you're a little bitch. Okay? Now, friends, you know that tweet here? That is in Twitter's Hall of Fame for crypto tweets. Degen Spartan. I think Degen Spartan made between 8 to 10 million and he retired. He just disappeared into the wilderness. So yeah, this is literally when they have, like, you know, when they do top 10 tweets that like shook up the whole crypto industry. That's like, you know, a Michael Jordan tweet type of like, oh, top 10 basketball players or whatever, or football players. Yeah, they put this in the Hall of Fame. Basically saying, you know, that's your actual biggest risk. You're here every day and you're not even long, you know. But I'm not doing that to taunt everybody because, hey, what if we do get a depression next year and it's all over? You know, so I don't want to say that. But then again, you have James Wynn saying gold has not topped. It could double from here easily. You could see the financial bubble go to bank. Governments are racing to buy as much gold as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in for the greatest monetary reset. So he got liquidated like 3 times on the way down. The James Wynn, the greatest counter signal indicator is flashing, friends. So look, man, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep riding that bull. I love watching these, friends. I love watching these. You know, that's what I feel. I feel like these people are just falling off the bull. And what's going to happen? The bull's just going to get back up without you. There you go. See that? It's just going to get back up. That's what I feel like. It's a perfect representation of how I think. Just it's man, friends. I told you, bro. Like Uncle Bobby told us, man. He said, you know, your number one thing in the bull market, don't fall off the bull. You know. By the way, Uncle Bobby, I'm gonna just let you know, friends. So Uncle Bobby, if you just get a Bitcoin chart. Yeah, I've shown you this before. Put it on a monthly, and then you can add the 10-period moving average, which I've got here. This is his line in the sand. If Bitcoin 10-period moving average, if it actually goes below and it closes the month below, is out. That's why, if you remember, friends, Bitcoin, see when it did this candle, and then we were like down here, and that's why he's like, you know what? I don't trust Trump's administration. I'm out. So it was basically, he was too, because what happened was when we had the Japan's yen crisis, we wicked below it twice. And I guess it was so close, he probably said to himself, look, the last time we do something shaky like this, I'm out. And look what it did. It literally faked everybody out again. So that's probably why he got out 33% of his portfolio. But look, we're still up here. That's why everyone says, hey, it's actually still holding structure. So look, pretty much if Bitcoin, look at this. If Bitcoin closes at 100,000, it's funny, actually, that $100,000 number, Polymarket's odds for Bitcoin going below $100,000 in October, it skyrocketed to over 50%. So if it closes a month below 100,000, I guess it's going to be seismic shift where everyone's like, you know what, crap, the momentum's actually changed out here. There's been some close calls with that 10-period moving average. Look at this, it closed like here, and then like this was do or die in July 2021, went up, and it was so close. But then look what happened. That's when it was pretty much all over. So could you have used this same moving average thing in the cycle before? Yeah, look at this. Went up and up and up and up and up. And then look what ends up happening. It closes kind of a month below. And then, yeah, I guess this was it. So if you were trading Bitcoin back in 2017 and you're holding and holding and holding, this was the time basically where you're like, you know what? It's actually all fully out. You might say, but, oh, you know, don't feel scared, friends, because you're like, wait a minute. You know, this is down 62% from the top. If you do that, you don't have to worry because technically you should have been in from 2015 in that bear market, and look where Bitcoin was. Bitcoin was like $400, you know? So if you go from like that 400 to 7,000, what are you up like? Almost 20x on your money. Okay, so you're like, oh, by the time you get out, and actually at the top, you're like 80x. That's like the real blow off top. We haven't had anything like that before. So that'll be Uncle Bobby, friends. I guess the 10-period moving average. So, you know, I like to see, hey, what indicators are they using to just see what happens? And yeah, it's quite interesting. Hey, we're still holding. We're still holding. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.